It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS TV3. Brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening. It's December 19th, 2017, and we're here at the Portland Expo for a very exciting night of basketball as we're going to bring you a doubleheader tonight. First, the boys Varsity Bulldogs, then the Lady Bulldogs, both against the Massabesic Mustangs who've come into the Expo tonight. This is Steve Schwartz along with Joe Johnson covering for Frank Myatt tonight. Frank Healy on camera for WPPS TV3 Sports. The Mustangs come in tonight 0-3. They've had some close games. They've lost to Bonnie Eagle and Thornton Academy, among others. But their big scorers are Alex Shepis, number 0, Nick Amabile, number 2, whose brother was Dan Amabile, who was part of those great Mustangs teams of years past, and number 3, Isaac DeVerne. All of them have been in double figures at one time or another this year in scoring, and that's who the Dogs are going to be king on tonight. On the other hand, not 0-3, but the Dogs are 3-0.
Correct. They are just getting into it right now before Christmas, before the break. I thought they did a great job the other night of making adjustments. Oxford Hills hung around in the first half, and then Coach Russo made an adjustment in the second half and went 2-2-1. He hasn't done that for a couple years now. He's done it in spots, but for the most part, I think with this team and with the veteran leadership they have up front, especially with Teron and Griffin, if they do that all the time, they're going to be special. It's going to be very difficult to play against.
Well, folks, we're going to see if that's what the Dogs do and what Coach Russo has in store as we bring you the boys basketball game next on WPPS TV3. So here's Peter Gribben, our erstwhile announcer. Not sure if we can hear, but that's Isaac DeVerne, senior co-captain.
6'2", senior co-captain Griffin Foley.
Matched by Foley.
6'2", sophomore Ethan Roy. Foley, Bangor, number 5'11", junior Gabriel Fonseca. Foley, Massabesic, number 15, 6'2", sophomore Nick Roberge. Starting at center for Bulldogs, number 23, 6'5", junior Trey Malou.
Let's get some size, Joe, 6'5".
Yeah, he's the X factor with this team.
Number 0 is Alex Shepis. He's the scorer.
Co-captain Manny Hugo. The other starting guys are from Massabesic, number 2, 5'10", senior co-captain Nick Roberge. The number 4, 5'11", senior co-captain Ron Moss.
It's a sparse crowd, but it's early right now.
Yep.
Coach of the Bulldogs, Joe Russo, certified athletic trainer this evening is Ryan Lucas, and the officials.
We're just getting out of work.
Henry Ricker and Skip Capone. Would everyone please stand for our national anthem?
So it's going to be Trey Ballou and Ethan Roy at half court here as Mr. Ricker will throw it up, and Mr. Capone is the other referee tonight. Massabesic in black.
Here we go.
And blue and white.
2-2-1.
Just like you said, I love that. You're a prognosticator, Joe. A little pressure there. Nice turnover and a foul. Okay, so the foul's going to be on Nick Amabile. First turnover of the game. Teron Moss now.
Pulling in 4-out-1 in.
What does that mean?
4 guys on the perimeter, 1 guy inside, and he ran just what was called Memphis dribble drive.
Teron up for 2.
Yeah.
Blue for 2.
Good timeout.
Yeah, it's 4-0 now, folks, with 7:14 left in the first quarter. Here we go, folks. After that timeout.
Yeah. So now Portland's back. They basically they're in the same defense, but they've shortened it up. Now they're doing it on the half court.
Oh, they've got some good shooters here in Massabesic, and clearly being covered very tightly. And another turnover.
Yeah, I mean, the problem, Massabesic is that they're in the right spots. They're just not taking care of their basketball. When they catch it, Portland is, putting 2 guys on the ball, and they're slapping at the ball, and Massabesic is just not very strong right now.
All ball. Nice play by Ballou, a big block. That's what you want to see from that big guy.
Trey's in the middle of that zone.
Teron just tips it up there, gets the steal, up and in, just that smoothly. Goodness. Well, it's really 4 possessions and 4 turnovers for Massabesic, Joe, as the Dogs are on a 6-0 run.
There's their 5th.
Traveling call.
Yeah. Not a lot of experience with the Mustangs right now against this pressure.
Here we go. Manny Hugo now. Inside to Fonseca is doubled, leaving Manny open. And the rebound will come to Shepis. Travel. So a tightly called game as Isaac Taverne travels, and that's a 6-turnover game. The score is 6-0. We're just under 6 minutes here in the first quarter. I'm not sure I've seen this many turnovers, Joe.
Yeah, footwork.
So quick.
So Coach Russo likes a couple of different ways you can start that offense. You can do it with dribble drive, but Coach Russo usually elects to do it with a pass. He wants to get his kids to limit their dribbles.
There we go. Turnover. First turnover of the Dogs. Simon Chadbourne has checked in for the Bulldogs.
Pulling in full court, 2-2-1.
Chadbourne has had 2 threes in the last 2 games. He's had a 3 in every game so far, at least 1. Great shooter. Spends a lot of time in the gym, doesn't he?
Massabesic and man-to-man. I mean, the EL game last year in the tournament was one that I remember where he was able to,,, make a name for himself, and now, he's not going to sneak up on anybody. They know where he is.
Oh, close to steps. Instead, the turnover. The Dogs' excellent defense. What a seeing eye pass. Oh, my goodness. Fonseca with an acrobatic shot for 2. Makes it 8-0 Bulldogs. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. That'll be a foul on Trey Ballou.
Griffin.
Oh, Griffin Foley.
Portland back to man-to-man.
And another turnover. 8 turnovers for the Mustangs versus 1 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
A team that you do not want to turn over against is the Portland Bulldogs. You want to get your shots up.
Yeah, tough start for Massabesic.
In the corner, Chad Bourne. Doesn't fall, the rebound will come to DeVerne. Quickly up. That is the first shot for the Mustangs tonight. It doesn't fall, and here's Chad Bourne all alone. Now he's fouled.
I think Massabesic just offensively just a little bit too hesitant. They're waiting for that second guy to come up and trap. They got to relax a little bit here and just let the ball fly and see what happens.
I believe that fouls on Isaac DeVerne, as Chad Bourne will be shooting 2 from the stripe. So Robert Woods, I believe, number 35, in for the Mustangs. Taking a break will be Nick Roberge. Chad Bourne converts 1 of 2. That's a 9-0 lead, and he'll take a seat now as Manny Ugu is on the court.
Manny, who I think is probably one of their best defenders. I mean, he just gives offensive players a really hard time on the ball.
Well, turnover number 9. This early going here. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. 9-0 is the score, folks. The Portland Bulldogs are leading the Massabesic Mustangs. Tipped and stolen. And here's a break, but watch Fonseca get there.
Oh, boy.
Here we go, Griffin Foley. For 2. So we're going to have another timeout here by Coach Chris Bennett. 3:33 left in the first quarter. 11-0 is the score. Dogs in front. So set to inbound, Ethan Roy. And as you suggest, the Dogs are in a press here still, right? 2-2-1. Or are they manning at a full court? Is that a little bit different?
Yeah, they might have been in full court run and jump.
Yeah, that was, oh my goodness. Nice effort, but too far ahead. It's the second Dogs turnover. Floating up and is. That's Ethan Roy for 2. Ballou inside.
Nice pass, Manny.
10th turnover for the Mustangs. 2.5 minutes left. 13-2 is the score here in the first quarter at the Expo. It's kind of a sparse crowd, but again, it's early. The first game here has started at 5:30 p.m. because of the doubleheader tonight. We'll also be bringing you immediately following this game, the Lady Bulldogs. Ballou for 3, follows his own shot, doesn't fall.
I'd like to see Trey stepping out and shooting that. It's going to make them a tough cover when he's making those.
Going up and in is Roy. I think Beals was the scorer of the first basket, so Tehran a little too far ahead. Right there for the rebound is Roy.
Couple big possessions for Massabesic here at the end of the quarter. Obviously a tough start.
Walk.
And there it is. Obviously hoping not for that.
Number 24, Lino Ben, comes in for Trey Ballou. And Quinn Clark will check in for Griffin Foley.
Trying to get some kids rest at the end of the quarter.
Minute 43 left.
I like seeing Coach get Tehran off the point and giving Quinn some experience playing the point.
That foul's going to be on Ethan Roy. And he's going to take a seat as Jack St. Laurent will come in, number 11. Dogs turnover on the inbound. Their third turnover of the game. 13-4 is the score. 1.5 minutes left in the quarter. St. Laurent is up. Ben smacks it over to Pedro. Almost loses it. Stops. In the corner is Hugo.
Great extra pass by Quinn.
Nice effort by Fonseca to get that board as well. Dogs will have new life here with a minute left in the quarter. Way downtown, Teron Moss from the NBA 3 for his 7th point out of Portland's 16 at 16-4. 41 seconds left. Nice hands by Quinn Clark.
Tough call.
Yeah.
34 seconds left. See what Massabesic likes to do here. 16-4. I'm probably not going to hold the ball. I'm going to try and get as many points to the board as I can.
And you are right. It didn't fall, but it was a good call there for number 0, Shepis. He's got no points so far. Their leading scorer this year. Triple teamed at one point. Turnover. Here comes Clark, pushes it up, over to Ben,
Great
and in!
pass.
Folks, replay that on your highlight reel.
Quinn is just so unselfish.
Moss now with 2 seconds left. He's going to try to get a shot out. And he hits the 3 at the buzzer with a bump from DeVerne for good measure.
Yeah, that's not a 3-point play. That's a 5-point play.
21-4 at the end of the first quarter. So we're about to get started here with second quarter action. Steve Schwartz and Joe Johnson covering for Frank Myatt, who's got a track practice. And
Poland just is so tough on the ball.
Miniugu catches a foul for that. Team foul 3 for the Dogs versus 4 for Massabesic.
Poland's a man-to-man. See what I mean? They're just not taking that. They got to shoot that first shot. You know, they're getting open looks. You know, I mean, Oxford Hills the other night, they were taking those shots. And guess what? They were getting multiple shots after that because Portland had a hard time checking them out.
That was a very nice feed by DeVerne over to Roy.
For some reason, Massabesic is just being too patient on offense.
But just like that, the break is on, and Foley has 2. His 4th point of the game. 25-6, folks. Up
There
for
you go.
His first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, Shepard's going to take over a little bit here, keep this close.
A nice turnover there, or a nice defensive effort by Massabesic, where Lino Ben is slow to get up. And we're going to have a foul probably on Pedro.
Tough day for Massabesic. I mean, they just had to get out of school at 2:30, come up here. You know, maybe got dismissed early from school. You know, travel 45 minutes. You know, and play at 5:30 against the Dogs.
Nick Roberge checks in for Trevor Beals. Number 15, Roberge. And Seika with the rebound. He's got Griffin Foley too far ahead. You know, Griffin Foley could have on shoulder pads and leap for that and probably not get that one. That's the Dogs' 5th turnover versus 12 for the Mustangs.
Yep, Massabesic last couple of possessions being a little more solid offensively, just flattening people out, setting a ball screen, just playing off of that.
And they reach double figures now. 25-11 is the score. Chadbourne's here. Ben Fisher, number 14, set to check in for the Dogs. Fighting hard underneath is Ballou, but it doesn't fall, and the rebound will come to Immobile. He gets it up quickly on the right. Here comes DeVerne dribbling through 3. And Manny is fouled. I think Ethan Roy, his 2nd.
Ben Fisher coming in for Trey.
DeVerne is covering Moss. That's a heck of an assignment to draw.
Back door, love it.
Nice thought. 6th turnover for the Dogs, half as many as the Mustangs at this point.
Coach Russo not happy with Mr. Chadbourne. He catches that ball, it's a layup. Three out, 2 in.
From downtown, Chadbourne doesn't fall. Gets his own rebound. Oops. Or tries to anyway, but DeVerne comes up with it. Stops it in. That is an athletic move.
Here come the Mustangs a little bit.
Goes coast to coast. They've got a little bit of a run here now. 25-13 is the score. Coach Russo is going to call a timeout. So we'll see what Coach Russo had to say, if we can figure that out.
A little bit of flex.
And that means?
Baseline screen, down screen. Again, continuity. Just an offense where you're going to limit your dribbles, setting 2 screens, one along the baseline, one down screen, over and over and over again. Same movement.
Moss for 3 in the corner. Nice feed. his first points of the quarter. Hugo, Fonseca with the steal. Foley for 3. Why not?
Too many shooters.
Well, the Dogs now with their own 6-0 run. 31-13. 3:42 left from way downtown. Doesn't fall for Amabile.
Good move by Coach Russo, kind of backing off on the full court pressure. Massabesic had made a little bit of a run. Now Portland's on one of its own. Offensively, they've been 4 out, 1 in. The last set, they were 3 out, 2 in. They've done a bunch of their secondary stuff. So they're throwing a lot at Massabesic tonight offensively.
Beals will check in for Amabile. The only player with more than 1 foul is Roy. Blue converts 1 of 2. His 5th point of the game. 32-13.
Man-to-man defense here for the Dogs. Portland's doing a good job hedging on those screens.
Nice play by Beals, though, to play off of one of them. 3 minutes left here in the first half. 32-15. Lino Ben set to check in for the Dogs, as is Simon Chadbourne. Wow. Oh, Fonseca on the follow. Leave somebody alone, and look what happens, Joe. Another turnover. Here's Fisher.
Tough for Ben to catch at half court and make a decision. He's usually a rim runner. Rim to rim, posting up. When he gets the ball in transition, that's not part of his game.
Manny Ugu now checks in for Ben Fisher.
Massabesic and man-to-man.
Hard into the hoop. Lino Ben for 2 on the feed from Griffin Foley. You like to see that. Good hands, Lino Ben.
Yeah, him and Ben Fisher have come off the bench and really helped them out this half. And physically, they both provide a problem offensively for other teams because they're just so long.
Ugu gets his 2nd foul. Oh my goodness, tight defense. Skies up to intercept that, Moss. But it's going to be Massabesic ball. I may not have ever seen such a high vertical leap before. And that's number 25, Greg Kemenides. Cross court. Chadbourne stops and shoots, and he hits it.
It's nice to see. I mean, everybody knew coming in Simon could shoot it.
Right.
And, you can tell he's been in the gym working on that part of his game, getting to the rim, because people aren't going to let him sit there and make threes. So now he's going to be able to get to the rim as well.
.38-17, 1:09 left in the first half. The Portland Bulldogs are in command here against the Massabesic Mustangs here at the Portland Expo.
Portland's in 2-3 out of bounds. Massabesic's had some trouble getting the ball in and playing against this. Portland's done a very good job with this. Used to make me nervous, but as you can tell.
Gracious.
Yeah.
Simon Chadbourne skies up and causes a turnover. And now he's in the corner for 3. DeVerne is fouled by Manny. He's going to catch his 3rd foul of the game here.
Good foul, good foul. Coach Russo's never allowed teams to get layups. We got to make them earn it.
Fifth point for Isaac DeVerne. Makes it a 20-point Bulldog lead, 38-18. 53 seconds left. DeVerne converts both. Massabesic with its own press.
Coach giving Toronto a little bit of a rest. Quinn Clark's in charge now.
Sets the screen, and that'll be the end of that. Floater by Foley. That was a piece of art.
Griffin playing the point. I'm impressed.
His 10th point of the game.
Manny. Oh my gosh, he's such a pest on defense.
Another turnover. Here's Foley on the break. 16 turnovers for the Mustangs. (42-19), 7.5 seconds left in the half.
Great pass. There's another one.
And up and into Ben. You could not have scripted that any better. The Dogs will head into the locker room with a 44-19 lead.
I'll look at
So
it later.
The Portland Bulldogs cheerleaders are performing now. A little warmer than when they were on the football field. Just a little short cheer here during halftime. So coast to coast, the Bulldogs are just firmly in command here at halftime. They have a 25-point lead over the Mustangs. Many superlatives. First of all, let's talk about their defense. They've kept Shepis to 3, DeVerne to 6, and Amabile hasn't even scored yet.
Yeah, a couple of things in that half defensively for Portland. I think Coach Russo started out 2-2-1. Massabesic was having a really hard time with that. And then they called actually 2 timeouts, I believe. And then the coach went to man and really gave them a hard time in a half-court set. Massabesic just couldn't get things going in the second quarter. Portland got a lot of runouts. I thought offensively they were 4 out, 1 in. They went 3 out, 2 in. A bunch of backdoor stuff. I mean, just putting a lot of points up on the scoreboard.
Well, and speaking of that, Teron Moss leads all Portland scores at halftime with 13. Right behind him, Griffin Foley at 12. Griffin has 2 3-pointers. Teron has 3 so far. And Pedro has 6 points. Trey Ballou 5. Lino Ben coming in for some nice power moves, 6 points. And Simon Chadbourne with 3 as well, showing that he doesn't have just the outside game, but he can also bring it inside.
Correct. Yeah, Simon, as I said earlier, he came out last year in the Northern Tournament up in Augusta, made some shots against Everett Little to really separate them and move them on to the state final. Obviously this summer he's been in the gym working on pull-up jumpers, getting to the rim and making his game, expanding his game.
Folks, it's a 44-19 lead coming into the second half, and we'll bring it to you next here on WPPS. So we're going to start second half action right now.
Massabesic's in a tough spot. They want to have great possessions, but they've got to go quickly with that score. So, what do you do as a coach?
Well, that's a nice feed by DeVerne.
And then on the defensive end, they've got to speed Portland up because they need more touches. They need to have the basketball in their hands right now.
That was DeVerne that was Roberge for 2 on the nice feed by DeVerne. Moss alone in the corner. It doesn't fall, but there's Manny. There's Pedro.
Pulling a man-to-man.
That is not the first time tonight, nor this season, that Pedro Fonseca has followed someone's shot or his own shot and just powers it right back in. Immobile has DeVerne, who goes over Ugu and in for 2. 46-23 is the score.
Pulling in the flex.
Actually a 23-point lead. Shepis. Quick hands, Fonseca, and there
hands, great
comes
pass.
Foley on the break. Hopefully Frank Healy can move the camera fast enough.
Griffin likes to leak out. I don't think he leads the team in rebounding. He's always heading down the other end when that shot goes up.
Well, and for good reason. But look at him get that rebound.
There you go.
He heard you. He got that rebound with authority.
He is a receiver, so in the fall, so I can see why.
Yeah, he's tremendous hands. Great athlete, really. Just a great all-round athlete.
Yep. Griffin comes from a basketball family. His dad was a very, very good basketball player at Cheverus. And competed against my brother Mike at Portland High, and then Phil went on to play at St. Joe's with my brother. They were best friends growing up.
Look at that break. Ballou takes it on the feed from Moss. The point is well taken, of course. This young man has played through really tragic circumstances. The death of his dad last year. A beloved man in this community. Great athlete.
Yeah, great family.
Mother Trina, brother Tanner was also a basketball player for Portland, role player. Ballou fighting hard underneath, and he draws the foul.
It's nice to see Trey be physical. I mean, as I said, he's the X factor. Obviously, big shoes to fill with Charlie graduating last year. Coach has spoken many times this year about missing Charlie, but I think Trey is starting to figure out what he needs to do inside to kind of protect the paint, offensively get as many paint touches as he can.
Some changes here for Massabesic as Trevor Beals checks in, as does Robert Woods.
5 minutes left in this quarter. We're going to find out if Massabesic wants to fight or not.
Two free throws there.
Oh, Manny again. There is no one on this team with better hands than him.
That's about the 17th turnover.
Pulling with 4 out, 1 in.
Foley in the corner. I think that might have been partially deflected. That comes out to DeVerne, but boy, well. 52-23, 4.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Shep has held to just 3 points so far this game.
Portland stays in 2-3.
Fighting hard underneath is Woods for the putback there. He's a 6'4" center, junior. Tehran, oh my goodness.
That's why he's so tough. I mean, as a point guard in any of these guards, you know, coaches ask them, they need to be able to beat that first defender. Tehran, it's easy for him to beat that first defender, and why he's a top guard in this state and going to go to school for free next year is because of what he does when he gets that second defender. And he makes that guy commit. He makes that guy commit, and then he can change speeds and change directions and find an open man or score it himself like he just did then.
So now we have 5 substitutions for Coach Russo.
Yeah.
What's up?
Look, well, 3 minutes to go. You know, it's Christmas time. He's going to find out who he can use after Christmas. They're up 25 plus.
Just that simple. What we would expect it was. It was what we thought it was.
I mean, I think the other night against, you know, I don't know who didn't play. So it's a great move.
Powering up in there for that, too, is Trevor Beals. 54-27, 3:11 left here in the third quarter. Griffin Buckley over to Chadbourne, now Ben outside, over to Quinn Clark. Ben Fisher's underneath. Chadbourne for 3.
Yep.
He hits it.
Like to see him get going a little bit. He didn't necessarily shoot it very well from downtown, but he is fun to watch when he gets going.
It's a 30-point dog lead. 57-27.
You know, Simon he's one of the reasons why we haven't seen much zone defense from Portland's opponents. A few years ago, you could zone up Portland and stay in front of them because not necessarily could shoot it very well. But there's just too many guys out there that have played basketball year round and have gotten up many shots working on that part of their game, shooting. So Simon is otherwise known as a zone buster.
Oh, that's interesting. 35. Number 35 got the fouls there. That was put up by Buckley and rebounded by Beals. On the break, nice. Reverse there on the right hand by Broberge for 2. Cross court, Chadbourne all the way around.
Great extra pass. Oh.
And Fisher's going to be fouled. He'll be at the line for 2. The foul will be on Kemenidis. 57-29 with an opportunity to bring it back up to a 30-point Dogs lead.
I mean, that's a luxury that Coach Russo has. He 5 in, 5 out. These kids on the floor right now, some of these guys would start for other teams.
And he converts 1 of 2. Coming in for the Mustangs will be number 23, Will LaJeunesse, and he'll be coming in for Nick Roberge. 58-29, just under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. The Portland Bulldogs are leading the Massabesic Mustangs, who've come up here tonight from Waterboro.
Massabesic's done a nice job with this ball screen at the top of the key, playing off that ball screen and then dribble handoff if they can't get to the rim.
That's going to be on Quinn Clark. Second foul. Simon Chadbourne.
Coach Bennett calling triangle. Usually triangle means screen the screener. And there it is.
Fighting hard underneath there.
Good play against the zones. There's a lot of action in that.
Nice hands by Lino Ben.
In that play. Oh, Quinn.
Griffin Buckley for three rather. Catch a foul there.
Quinn Clark reminds me of just an old school point guard. Just, he's a coach's dream at that position where he doesn't over dribble. Perfect example of that last possession. Many kids in this state will catch it and put it to the ground. He caught it and got rid of it and found the open guy in the corner.
61-29 is the score with a minute left. Open for three is DeVerne.
Yeah, that time Portland elected to double the ball screen and unfortunately left somebody open.
He's up into double figures now with 11. That's going to be knocked out by Massabesic. Amabile comes back in for DeVerne.
In for DeVerne.
42 seconds left here.
Nice entry. Oh,
Chadbourne for three from the NBA three. Half a minute. Oh, no look pass there by Amabile. Shepis picks it up in the corner. Oh my goodness. At the buzzer for three, Buckley makes it 6 points for him, and 64-32 Portland Bulldogs. Here we go, folks. Fourth quarter action here at the Portland Exposition Building. The crowd is quiet. Is the starting five or back out?
Back door, first set for Portland.
Oh my goodness. Fearless. Only 2 points in the third quarter.
Great body control. Yeah, he didn't get a lot of minutes.
No, he didn't.
And there's Manny again, and Pedro.
Unbelievable. DeVerne spinning in the paint. Shepis at the foul line. Oh, excuse me, passed it for a three-pointer. Just his sixth point of the game. Teron, that's a little off. But if you've got Manny under there, got Baloo, I'm surprised, yeah. Shepis now to DeVerne. That doesn't fall. Here comes Jugu. Slow it down a bit.
Griffin a little sloppy there.
Uncharacteristically. Nice shot there by Amabile, and Massabesic on a little run here. 68-36 is the score. 6 minutes left in this game. Chances are Coach Russo will find something not to like about it, though, in the clock room. Do you think, Joe?
Yes. Yeah. He wants these guys to be very technical, take care of the basketball, Don't give up any layups on the defensive end. You know, Massabesic tonight, where they've gotten themselves in trouble is when they put the ball to the ground a little too much. You know, they're over dribbling. You know, pulling. You know, Manny, Pedro, Tehran. They're so good and so quick. You know, Massabesic's had success tonight with just passing the basketball.
Well, up for Immobile, but over the top. Moss comes up with it. Gets it down in a hurry. He's got Ballou on the break, and Ballou's going to get fouled.
And that vision at the point guard position is why he is going to play basketball for a long time.
Massabesic foul, 0, Alex Shepard, his second, 5 of the team. Big Blue at the line.
The 4-year starter for the Bulldogs.
He was an 8th grader, and as you know, I teach it more, and I I was actually coaching with Coach Russo then. You know, and Amir was already here playing for Coach Russo, and I you know, Coach has had some very good point guards, but I knew Tehran was going to be special, even back when he was in 8th grade.
Amazing. Nice ball movement underneath, but Fonseca with the rebound. There's the pass.
Good catch.
Goodness, what a break. I think I've seen them run the break this year better than any year in the last few. It's a nice move by Roy for 2. 71-38, 4:45 left. In and out for Manny, but look at Fonseca.
He has to lead them in rebounding.
Oh, he does, by far. Here's another break. Oh, nice defensive effort by Shepard, but he was out.
All right.
He came back in.
5 in, 5 out for the Dogs. Good move. 4 minutes left and some change. Coach Russo getting some guys with some experience.
In the corner, Chad Bourne. Clark to Ben.
It's a tough out of bounds play to the guard when you got Simon in the corner, because you got 2 guys diving to the hoop, cutting, and you got to protect the rim obviously first, but then you can't forget about number 30 in the corner.
Lino Ben catches that foul. 73-38. 4:08 left in this game. Sparsely attended here on a Tuesday night. Chadbourne on the break. Shows that he can go inside and do it again too.
Yep, good finish.
Ben gets a hand on it.
Nice pass.
Nice bucket by Roy.
Ben Fisher getting a little too excited.
Lino Ben also 6'5" to go along with Trey Ballou. Very long arms.
Yes.
DeVerne stops. Follows. It's about 20-8 in turnovers. The Dogs with an advantage.
Yeah, 12 is the number. You want to stay under 12 for 32 minutes.
Buckley.
And Portland's at 8?
Yes, about 8.
Yeah.
DeVerne fouls Chadbourne.
Yeah, I think they were sick of getting open layups and run out, so good time for a foul. Massabesic side.
Jackson, number 11.
And then DeVerne will take a seat. Clark in the corner. Roy with the rebound. Bounced ahead for Chadbourne, and he's going to throw it up. Roy with the rebound. St. Laurent inside. Now, that was some nice spinning moves there by Broberge.
Love watching Simon shoot. Even when he misses, it's still pretty.
Fisher fouls.
Lewis Gavish, number 22. Fisher.
Nice putback for Roy. 6 points in this quarter.
It's nice to see Coach Burnett still coaching.
Clark for 3. He gets in on the act. 80-42. My goodness.
Yeah, tough night. Tough night for the Mustangs coming here to Portland on an early night.
10 is Roman Bennett.
Massabesic loves that ball screen at the top.
Chadbourne's going to throw it up again. Gaddis is in the game now for the Dogs. His Chadbourne is going to take it in the easy way this time. Way downtown. Oh, walk.
Good call by Mr. Capone.
Minute 4 left as Elijah Stetson, number 22, checks in for Massabesic. Chadbourne for 2.
First personal, number 5, Trevor Beal.
Beals has that foul. At the line here will be Quinn Clark. Set to check in for the Dogs, number 33, Derek Ishami.
Nice to see some of the JV kids get some minutes in the varsity game.
Just like that. And here comes number 34, Ethan Thea, and number 21, Richard Greenwood. Future of the Bulldogs.
Yep. I had the luxury of coaching Richard and Buckley at Lemon Moore a couple years ago.
Richard Bingo.
24 seconds. So the foul is going to be on Thea. St. Laurent at the line.
17. Jackson Lauren at the line.
It's 1 of 2. 19 seconds left.
Love it. Coach Russo's calling sets even to the last second of this game. Getting kids some good reps to finish out the game.
Well, a resounding 86-43 victory here at the Expo in Game 1 of our doubleheader. So the Bulldogs with a huge, huge victory tonight over the Mustangs. They really did everything right tonight. Just some quick statistics. Isaac DeVerne led the Mustangs with 11 points. Ethan Roy had 10. Nobody else in double figures. Alex Shepis, their big scorer, one of their big scorers, held to 6. On the other hand, doing it as he has all year, leading the Dogs tonight in scoring is Teron Moss with 17. That's not nearly the whole picture, though. Pedro Fonseca had 12 in double figures. Griffin Foley, 14. Simon Chadbourne, 12. Griffin Buckley came in and had 8, including 2 threes. Just really, and Lino Ben had 6. Just really an all-round great effort offensively and defensively for the Dogs tonight, Joe.
Yeah, tonight was about defense, and like I said pregame, I want to see Coach get back to playing 2-2-1, and that's what he started out doing, playing 2-2-1. He mixed it up, played some man in the second half, in the second quarter. I thought the big difference tonight was way too many turnovers from Massabesic. A tall task for them to come up here, play at 5:30 at night, versus playing later on in the night. I just think that, Coach Burnett had his hands full tonight, and he just couldn't get things started. Playing against Poland, just too many hands. There's too many athletes on the court for them to defend.
Well, folks, a great win tonight for the Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Joe Johnson tonight. Frank Healy on camera for WPPS TV3 Sports, saying so long from the Portland Expo, where the Bulldogs go to 4-0. Good night.